very happy to come around and to meet us once again. Okay, we started with this series last year, and we continued to the beginning of this year, 2023, and we started then with things that we need to put into place in order for our schools to be ICT compliant. And we talked about the gadgets that we need, the computer gadgets that we need to put into place in our schools. Then we moved from that place to how to secure our students, our teachers, as how to secure lives and properties in our schools using ICT or ICTs. Then we graduated from that one to another one in which we were talking about how to cut costs in schools using ICTs. Okay, this afternoon we are moving a little bit further or a step further into another thing entirely. Okay, and that is how to make real cash using ICTs. How to make real cash using ICTs. Like I said the other day when I was handling the issue of how to cut costs in schools, and I remember I hinted on it that many of us might not understand what we have been saying about how to cut costs, how to introduce ICTs to our school and all the likes. But in this one, I think this one will interest virtually every one of us in the sense that this is a place where you make cash. And the joy of every one of us is how to make cash. I'm very sure of that. No matter how it may be as a good businessman or woman, the joy of every good businessman or woman is how to make real cash. Although how to please your customers might be there, but how to make profits is the joy of every businessman. And the school's business also, should not be left behind when it comes to how to make real cash. So how can we make real cash using ICT? I've come up with two ways, one or two ways anyway, but I think two striking ways are the one that I think will actually help us. This one are the thing that we can put into place, immediately and start seeing the rewards immediately. And number one of them is introducing ICT levy. Okay, when like we said at the beginning of this series, the ICT gadgets are very very costly. You have to to spend a lot of money in order to bring them to your school. Things like flash screen, computers, that is laptop, computer units, laptops, palm tops, okay, electronic board, and all the likes. So these things will cost a lot of money. But as these things are costing a lot of money, we can actually still make money at the end of the day, through them. And that's where we are today. How can we make real cash using ICTs in our schools? We are dealing with part one today. We move to the part two when next we meet. And like I said at the beginning, that the one of the ways in which we can make cash is to introduce ICT levy or ICT charge into our school fees. Okay, after we have put everything to place, things like flat screen, laptop computer, desktop computers, you are doing CBT in your school, you are a student can print result online, they can see the effect of all those things. It won't be difficult for you to levy an ICT charge or ICT levy, in your school. And I'm very sure of that, the parents will agree with you. But one thing that parents want to see, that they want to see those things on ground force, those things being operating in operation here. Let me put in operation force. Once they can see all those in operation force, and they can feed the effect of these things, it won't be difficult for you to convince them to be paying for the ICT. Okay. Now let me just use this illustration. I was in a school, several years ago. That's precisely 2011. Wow. See how the time flies. 2011, just like yesterday, the school called me. Okay, the school was in the. Okay, the school is still there now. It's in the Ijebu Ode. The proprietors called me that I should come around to come address the parents on the necessity of introducing the ICT levy into their school fees. So I was here. Okay, on getting to the place, everyone was expecting me. Okay, I met with the parents. They turned out in large. Okay, a lot of them came to the meeting that day. Then I addressed them. I introduced this thing to them. Try to convince them on the reasons why they need to be paying for ICT, being the fact that ICT things are costly, and the proprietress, then was ready, to spend a lot of money on ICT. So she needs, the help of the parents to support her in the fact that with money, through the money, whatever, so that they will be able to to make a success in that venture. So as I was speaking, or by the time I ended my presentation, a parent, rose up, and she was like trying to call the attention of proprietary to something, telling proprietary that, remember sometimes ago you called us for such a meeting like this, that you wanted to introduce e-library, and you asked us to pay. Every one of us paid for e-library, and up to date we've not seen anything, nothing at all to show for it. So, and it became another thing, a chorus, something that each parent started murmuring and nibbling something out, that what they want, that the madam now stood their ground, that what they want to see now is this: they want the proprietor to go and do the e-library first, that they have been paying for. They want to see that operating, in operation. Once that one's in operation, then they can now come and come back and come and tell them. We can now come back and come and tell them about this ICT of 18. They will gladly do it. Ladies and gentlemen, men and women, we are here today to introduce how to levy ICT levies or levy into your school fees. But we are not here to teach you how to deceive your parents. No, no, we don't do that. From our own side here, we will always be 100% honest with you, and we want everybody also to be honest with his or her parent in your own respective areas. Don't go to that place and go and deceive them of what you don't want, what you are not ready to do. Collecting the money and diverting the money to another thing is dishonesty, complete dishonesty. So what we want to tell you is that you need to spend your own money first, get all these ICT gadgets into your school. Once those things are in operation and they are functioning, and parents can see the effects of it, okay, in the life of their children, okay, you can now call or someone a meeting. Then you introduce the ICT levy. Nobody, will raise an eyebrow for that. Nobody. But if these things are not on ground, parents on nowadays are wise. Many are wising up every day, and nobody's ready to do what, to be, to be just be doling out money just like that for you. So once we are ready and we put all this into place, then you can actually convene a meeting, then introduce to them ICT levy. Okay? Then parents will be glad to do what, to be paying for it, because they have started seeing the effect. Even the effort before you call them or you call the meeting. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, this is a way of making money. If you can do this one successfully in your schools and the parent agreed with you, let's say you introduce 10,000 for ICT alone, or 5,000, I don't know or 20,000, I don't know the peculiarity of your environment. So it can be 20,000, 30,000, 20,000 for ICT alone. Okay, one parent can see the effect. If you have put all those into place, they can see their children writing CBT, both theory and objective on computer. They can see their children doing this and that one. They are coming home to give their report. They will be gladly, they will gladly pay for whatever amount of money you are going to, or you want to charge them. But ladies and gentlemen, we need to take note of that. I've given you a story or a background of a school. What happened 2011 precisely. Don't do like that. So in order not to lose the confidence of your parents on you. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a way of making real money. But there's no way that all the money that you are going to gather from this, you will spend everything on ICT at the end of the day. We have introduced this one to many schools. I'm very sure very many schools around the place are being told that are collecting this money up till now. Some 5,000, some 20,000, some 10,000. Okay, even the cooperative bodies that we are being told, we've introduced the ICT levy or software money or whatever. That's how we put it. Gladly people will be paying them or paying the levy. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a very beautiful way of making money. But like I said before, we need to be honest in our dealing with our parents. As we, as a provider, ICT provider to you, will be honest with you. Try as much as possible to be 100% honest with your parents. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're having any question or questions on this thing, you can actually call on me. I will, gladly answer your questions, as I've always said. I will gladly answer your questions. But remember, before you introduce ICT levy, try to put ICT gadget or ICT materials in your school first, and let those things be in operation first. God bless us, ladies and gentlemen, men and women. My name remains Okoyemi Philip. Until next time we meet, remains